Looks like small Mohammed is out of SGIT. They have taken the young man out of SGIT. Or you say maybe he may resurface, at a point. Let's see. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Beverly. Let me say that because of copyright issues, I would not be using snippets or excerpts of this particular episode I'm talking about in this review. We're going to make do with their pictures, their beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pictures. So bear with me and let's get this review going. So episode 3, Charlie and Mohammed broke up, and so in the episode 4, it started with her going to Tiwa's home, to get some air, grieve, quote unquote, try to think about what she's gone through, the breakup, and then try to heal. So she goes to Tiwa's place. Tiwa welcomes her beautifully, and she's just doing her thing. 2 days she's not taking her shower, she's just in the couch, not eating, nothing, anything, the heartbreak, she's processing it. And so she's in Tiwa's house, and then Tiwa and Shalwa go to this hospital, for the baby's checkup, and there's this man who is, mesmerized by Shalwa, and he's excited that the child is not hers. And I feel like it's too early for Shalwa to meet another person, to have a love interest. It is too early for her. She meeting this person, we don't know what's going to happen, but then it's too soon. She's not even over Mohammed. She's not over the trauma that, she's been dealing with. So why introduce a love interest, for someone who's already struggling to get over her previous relationships? Too early. Not a good move, if you ask me. I did not see the need for them to introduce, a love interest for Shaliwa. No, wasn't a good move for me. Now I'm going to move to Tiwa. Before I talk about Tiwa's grand entrance to that meeting, let me say that one thing that fascinates me about this particular series that I found interesting when I started watching was Tiwa's monologue. And what even makes it more beautiful, more fascinating, is the fact that the actors in the movie pretend as if she's not even talking to herself, or she's not having that one personal, alone kind of conversation. It's like they are doing their own stuff, especially when it comes to Midi. It's like he's even talking to her, he's doing his own stuff, as if Tiwa is not talking to anybody. Meanwhile, they can really hear on the set that this young woman is, speaking to herself. So the monologue thing, really fascinates me. Now, I believe in my heart that Tiwa intentionally went to the meeting late just to make a statement. I mean, we've seen her in previous episodes. This young woman is never late for any meeting. Not talk of, a meeting that is going to bring them money to expand their business. She intentionally went into that meeting late just to make a statement. She goes with a child. She dresses like Oga wife, you get, and she goes in there, gives the baby to the father. They, peg each other, and she sits there and is like, I'm sorry I'm late. I'm like, madam, you intentionally came late. There is no sorriness about it. But I don't think Grace is moved. From the look on Grace's face, she wasn't moved. And she would re-strategize and come back for me. I can bet on that. She just was like, okay, you're here to mark your territory. Okay, I see what's going on here, but I am not moved. That was Grace. She was not moved. So Tiwa has come to mark her territory, but this young woman doesn't seem or look moved at all. She didn't. So I'm like, this is going to be interesting. But I mean, I like it. I like that Media trusted her, and she came and she didn't really, I thought she would come and dirty herself, but she didn't dirty herself. She did it in a very classy, way. So I like that she coming in to, mark her territory. But let's see if Grace will be moved to back off, but I don't see that happening, not at all. Now moving to Darren. Darren's adventure for this child thing is really getting serious. Really getting serious. She's interviewing guys, and these men are very funny. And while she's doing that, she bumps into the newly wedded Kuni Remi. So Kuni Remi is introduced in the episode 4, and let's see how they warm up to each other. I'm sure they're going to meet another time, and maybe Darren will be the one to recognize him, or he will recognize the young lady that you are the one who caused, the accident, or yeah, let's see how they warm up to each other. But Darren though, when she was having a conversation with Shalwa, which I really, really liked, two younger sisters, catching up on life and what's happening in their lives. I really liked that scene. It was just beautiful. It was cool. It was just nice. Okay, now back to Darren. Darren was having a conversation with Shalwa, and she's like, I don't feel like I ended, and because, madam, because you did not start from scratch, because you didn't sweat it out, you don't feel like you own it. You don't feel like, dear God, please, in the name of Jesus, bless me with property, bless me with things that I didn't have to sweat for. I don't have to sweat for. What is this young lady talking about? See, these rich children, they don't know. And she was like, you know what, you better thank God that your father left you this legacy, because it's not very common. It is not. I'm just sitting there saying that, I don't feel like I ended, but I'm going to sit somewhere. But I think that conversation was just beautiful. I really like that they sat down to just catch up and then talk and stuff like that. I really, really like that scene. I'll come to Mama Tiwa shortly, and let me talk about Edith and then Didi before I do that. Now, Didi finds the courage, or gathers the courage to tell Edith that, you know what, I really do not want to have children. And this was after she has moved into the house, and the children, Edith's children, are excited to have her in the house. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think they are going to do? Now, Edith cannot ask her to go. Edith will not be happy about, was clearly not happy. If you look at the look on his face, he was shocked. Edith assumed that once she's a woman, she would want to have children. Please, you better be asking. He was shocked. He didn't expect her to say that, I don't want to have children. I'm sure he was like, is there any woman who doesn't want to have children in this life? Yes, bruh. Now that's your fiance. She doesn't want to have children, and now she's moved into the house. What are you going to do? You can't send her away. And when you guys are fighting, to be obvious, the children will see through the two of you. How do you propose to someone without having this conversation? Like, what was the inspiration? Edith should come and explain this inspiration to me, because in fact, the two of them, because I don't understand what they were talking about before the proposal. Now she's already in the house. The kids are excited. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? And it's funny how Bisola and Oke are like lovers in this series, but sworn enemies in Flossom. It's so funny. I look at them lovers cuddling here and there. When you go to this particular series, they are sworn enemies. And I would be reviewing Flossom sometime soon. So if you would be, if you want me to, leave that in the comment section. But yeah, let's see. I think I would review that beautiful series. Just by the way, anyway. So Edith and Didi, what's their relationship going to look like going forward after this big revelation, after she's moved into the house? Now to my favorite character in episode 4, Mama Tiwa. I really love her acting. I really do love her acting. she just does her own thing. Like, she hasn't seen anybody, she hasn't heard anybody. I really like her acting. Tony Umez is introduced in this episode again. The first time he didn't really speak for us to hear. Yeah, I think so. And this one, he comes in and he's going to, be the counsel for Mama Tiwa and this business that she's in. And when you bring someone home and your siblings are just trying to spoil you, or either praise or just spoil you, in front of this man. And Mama Tiwa does it as if like she's a young girl, like a child who is just excited to meet this man, and is going on and on about their sibling, and the sibling is like, can you just stop talking? I like that short scene there where she was just talking about the sister and what she can do and how she can cook and stuff. But for Matiwa's Oscar performance, when they go back from the meeting to find out that her house has been turned into a nightclub, the way she screamed, her facial expression, her reaction, I was like, yes, that's Mama Tiwa for you. She could not believe her eyes. My house. And we should just use her back to, just whip the student to get out of her house. And we'll see who wants to fit in. We'll see who wants to be popular. Now we'll see he's in serious trouble. Mama Tiwa is even contemplating sending her back to the village. I mean, all this for what? I loved her. I love Mama Tiwa's reaction when she came in. I liked how, she's just, not in for, like, how dare you do this in my house? How dare you do this in my house? So I really like her reaction. Her Oscar performance was just great, straight on point. It was just on point. So yeah, this is the end of my review for episode 4. What are your predictions for episode 5? How do you think Didi and Editi's relationship will look like moving forward? We have Kunle Remy coming in. What are your predictions, or what do you think he's going to be doing in this particular series? What's going to be his contribution? Siluette's love interest. Let's see how that also unfolds. So let me know, what was your favorite scene of episode 4? Leave that in the comment section, and I'll see you again next time. Do also like this video, subscribe part of my family, okay? And yeah, it's a bye from me. Do take care.